All right, I'm in the north feeding pen. We quite like these drive over gates for the feeding tractor. We've got a couple of them so that they can drive in to feed the cows and not have to climb in and out to close the gate. But it's more than that. It's also so that the cows, if you are by yourself and open the gate and go drive the tractor in, the cows could be running out. Whereas this one just closes right behind you. I've got the lightning there. It's got all my tools in the front. And I'm trying to fix a water trough. It's actually New Year's Day, January 1st, 2026. It's not super cold. I mean, it's obviously freezing, but it's only probably 7 or 8 degrees below freezing, and this water trough has been nothing but trouble for us. But anyway, Luke's feeding the cows and they're doing well, and it will actually warm up to above freezing today, which is unusual for January. So this water trough, and it's a new water trough. It's a Johnson concrete water trough. Some of the feedlots around here use them, and we had trouble with there's an orange concrete water trough that I pulled out of here because it always froze up. And then this one has been freezing up constantly. And so anyway, I'll just update you in a second. So yeah, just Luke goes in. The Bale chopper, anyway, it sure works good. It cuts the twine on the bales and it wraps around the big cutting blades so that you don't have to try to cut and pull the frozen strings off of the bales. And then it chops the feed up, and that makes it easier for the cows to deal with as well. Chopping it makes it a little easier for them to eat it and digest it, and then we mix it in. So, no, the cows are looking great. We got lots of feed this year. He just grinds those bales up. It's awesome. So it only takes, I don't know, an hour to feed for a day. So he usually will feed for 2 or 3 days every time that he comes out to feed. So you'll feed the cows in that pen. There's another pen south of it, so he could feed in 3 different pens, and then we just open gates for 3 days to let them water. So looking at this trough that's been giving me all this trouble, even though it's brand new, and finally, I don't even know what this is. I mean, it's got a filter in it, but it's kind of solid inside, so I'm not sure if it's a pressure regulator, which is, anyway, problem is this brass fitting is right by this door, and we didn't know where this trough was always freezing up, but this is where it was freezing up, because finally it split. The housing split on it, and so then I knew that that's where it was freezing. And I don't have these on any of my other troughs, so I'm taking it out, taking the other fittings out, and now I'm just going with the hose straight into the big elbow, and then put some heat tape on it, and hopefully that'll solve the problem. Because when you have a metal fitting right close to a door, even though the door is insulated, that cold just, and there, you see that it's solid inside there. It's obviously spring loaded, but what it means is that there's areas where there's a very small stream of water, and when it gets cold and the cows aren't drinking, and so the water's not moving, that area is going to freeze first, and quickly. And then, even then, when the cows come to water, it's frozen and it won't flow. We've got big, like, there's all kinds of heat There's heat elements in the tank, like in the trough, a big, huge heat element. And we got heat tape in that end where it comes out of the ground. But right here by the second door, this fitting sitting right there, that's been our problem, freezing up. So we'll take it out. We'll try it without it. Whew. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm still here working on this water trough. And we have power under there. One runs the heat element that's in the bowl. That big, comes to that box and runs that big element. The other one we've got plugged into that orange cord, which is, around here they call it heat tape, but it's just a, you know, a loop of wire that has a thermostat on it, so that when it's below whatever preset freezing temperature, it's in that block there, that this heats up these wires to. So I've wrapped it around down in there. So far we already had that heat tape, but it was only at this end. It was wrapped around this elbow and down into the ground and everything. But where we were freezing is at this end. And so I've extended that heat wire all the way up the cord. All the way up the hose. And now I have a little bit left at this end that I'll tape to that elbow and that fitting there. So hopefully we can keep it from freezing. Who knows, but we'll try.